Hello guys, this is Nikki, also known as Faces Trader, and you're watching the Philippine Market Update. This is the Awesome10X Philippine Market Update. It's already a Friday, March 26, 2021. And of course, next week is Holy Week. So we will not have live stream sessions next week just to observe that Holy Week. However, just wanted to share to all Filipinos and non-Filipinos out there that every Friday, we got a free Friday class, 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Philippine time. We're gonna do replays as well. You can always replay, and all the time you can learn from us for free. Inviting you guys to go to our YouTube channel, which is Awesome10X. Thanks for following, liking, and sharing this channel to your friends. Today's topic is gonna be so good, and you're gonna be learning today in the U.S. 50% below the peaks. Time to buy or average, cost average, some great Awesome10X winners. We're going to discuss this on March 26, 2021. That is today, Philippine market time, 5:30 p.m. So just want to shout out to everyone here who wants to globally invest in some Awesome10X winners. You've got the best time to buy some 40 to 50% grand bargains that are really high growth names. I'm not going to discuss what the Wall Street, what the general happenings in the U.S. markets are. So tune in later on. Now let's discuss the Philippine markets. The Philippine markets right now is down 36 points, 6,544 points. You're seeing actually that the Philippine market has been low value turnover, which suggests to us that the FOMO players are gone. The FOMOs are the people who just want fast money, speculative money. Those are your first fear of missing out people usually don't make money. But the people who are really buying, cost averaging, great companies, they know what they own, they're the ones who deserve a lot of money. So tune in. You are part of the ones who are going to make a lot of money. Let's watch the Philippine markets. The market value turnover today is 5 billion pesos. You've got sellers of about 700 million pesos. We are opening up the Philippine market, of course, within the next year or so. So that generally tells you that there are some people who are buying the companies that will benefit on a reopening rally. They don't care if there's a COVID rising case. They don't care if we're going to have a lot of sellers in the market, because those buyers are prioritizing, hey, what in the Philippine markets do not just have a fundamental, they don't have a fundamental flaw, but they're being sold down in a cheap manner. Are there values in the Philippines that aren't value traps? We're going to look at the index movers first, all right? So the index today, URC is 134, Aboitiz Equity Ventures is 35.55, Mega World is 356, Aboitiz Power is 24.2, SM Prime is 36, San Miguel Corporation is 123, DMCI is 543, Robinson's Retail is 58, AGI is 1066, Telephone is 1251, FGen is 30 bucks, Globe is 1900, BDO is 105, Security Bank is 121, GD Capital is 520, Bloomberry is 7, MPI is 372, Emperador is 1032, Luciatan Group is 1368, Ayala Land is 35, Robinson's Land is 1766, Pure Gold is 40.2, Meralco is 270, Jollibee's 175, Metrobank's 40 is 6, ICT is 124.5, SM is 980, BPI is 82.5, Ayala Corp is 742, JJ Sum is 59.7. You could see in the Philippine market that we have some issues here that are actually giving you more than 5% dividends that you might want to take advantage of. Who are they? If you're an Awesome10X listener, you know them. Number one, Meralco 270. How much does it give? 14 pesos a year. So it's not yet a huge win, but 14 pesos a year is not bad. Okay, so can you buy Meralco at 250 bucks? Try your best, maybe. So this is something that I was discussing with a client of Awesome10X, which is an Inner Circle member. He said, Nikki, I have some money on the side. I want to diversify it, but I want to collect some cash dividends every now and then. And then I said, all right, do you want to be comfortable with some US stocks, or you want to be comfortable with Philippine stocks? And then he said, I'm just really new about this. Can you just recommend to me something that I know personally? I'm Filipino, so maybe I'll just allocate some Philippine stocks. And then I said, all right, no problem. If you want cash dividends, of course, you always use internet at home. So one cash dividend for you is, of course, PLDT. That doesn't change. You won't make 10x there, but you will probably make 5 to 10% every year. So if you're buying PLDT at about 1,200, that would be a great entry point. You could see that PLDT right now is 1,250, which doesn't give you as much yield, but it is a yield nonetheless. If you put 100,000 pesos of your cash in the bank, you earn 0.25% interest a year. Perhaps some people even get 0% interest a year. However, if you put 100,000 pesos alternatively in a PLDT, Your PLDT, which you pay your internet provider for every single month, is raking in a lot of cash. And while there's a lot of other competition, such as your Converge, your Globe, it doesn't mean that your PLDT is the gone for good, right? It's not gone for good. I'm always using my PLDT broadband, even if you hate my broadband connection, because end of the day, the Filipinos have no choice but to use internet all their lives. It's the way they breathe. So, in fact, internet is more important perhaps for some people other than their own food. It is bigger than, it is something that you don't, it's an invisible thing like air that is important that you need. So PLDT, Globe, Converge, although Converge doesn't give cash dividends, other people are, of course, of the view that, hey, when it IPO'd, I felt that they were doing a real structural reform in the Philippines economy because internet is a massive need in the Philippines. And so they believed in it and they bought the 16.8 IPO. And when it fell to about 14, 15, they didn't mind, they just held. Now it's about 19. So, okay, good job for people who invested in Converge. But I said too that, at the end of the day, as long as you are thinking of the long-term trajectory of the company and not about the small like swings in the market that other people I respect have a skill for. Some people are really good skilled traders, whereas the majority of the Filipinos that I talk to, or the non-Filipinos out there, they tell me, Nikki, I have a 9 to 5 p.m. full-time job. I can't be up. I can't always look at the market. I just want to buy something and put it there and then cost average that. Can you recommend to me those companies? And that's what I said. Okay, you breathe every day with internet. Therefore, give me an internet stock for me. For me, it could be a PLDT at 1,200, a Globe at 1,900, which can, of course, fall to about 1,800 or 1,700. Doesn't matter. When you're buying a company, you're not supposed to buy a lot. So that could be maybe 30,000 pesos for some people. Maybe if they think about it, hey, I'm paying about 25 pesos every single month as my broadband connection. I might as well make some money off of this PLDT broadband that I pay every month anyway. So can you imagine how much cash flows PLDT has in a single year? To be honest, we gave an Awesome 10X update about PLDT about how strong their broadband connections has gone. The growth has been more than 70%, and it's easy to actually check it simply by simple Google search. Like you could just look at it like Edge. Okay, so just go to Edge or go to a Google. You just type in telephone, PLDT, which is the owner of most of the majority of the internet connection of Philippines. You go to their company disclosures. You can even go straight to their website, which I did. Actually, I showed it in one Awesome 10X class. It's not a class. It's a free update. It's just like PLDT, Tel earnings, Awesome 10X. I think I remember saying about the quarter one. Either way, it's so easy. You could see it anyway. So yeah, I talked about that telephone, great earnings. Is Shakey's Pizza still about at 7+ levels and so forth. So you could see that actually PLDT earnings in a single year is 24 billion pesos. Therefore, even in a climate like a pandemic, if you want a cash flow machine, the one that has the money that will give you money every single year, that still will be PLDT and Globe. PLDT's revenue is 180 billion pesos. You could clearly see that from 2020 results. Globe, how much does Globe earnings in a year? How much do they give? Globe pays about something like 80 to 90 pesos in a single year. Yeah, so I think I didn't cover Globe before, but I am a big believer of Globe. Globe's tech firm Yondu is bullish on maintaining its growth this year. Globe is launching 5G in North America and Europe. So why don't we read a lot about what Globe has been doing? Globe is a company in the Philippines, one of the largest telecom providers. It is, of course, owned by your Aliala unit. My cell phone, guys, is Globe. If you want to mobile text me text is not anymore a verb, right? You just need to message me, Viber me, or WhatsApp me, or tweet me. Those are verb stocks. That's why you tweet, okay, Twitter. You Gcash this, it's another verb stock. So, it's very easy to detect what are the best companies to invest in. What you use on your daily life is perhaps a cash flow machine that you just never thought about of investing in. Now, granted, not all of them will be 10x companies, but Can you make 10% on them? The answer is yes. So, of course, in the Philippines, our hope and our goal is really to have 5G. And the launch of 5G in the Philippines is actually going to be happening with the help of Ericsson and Nokia. So you could actually read that from the news if you ever care. I think PLDT is working with Ericsson. I saw that in the news. I think Globe is also working with Ericsson. So I think like the Philippines 5G is being worked with Ericsson, which is a ticker symbol ERIC, which is also bought by Awesome10X since about $10. It's now trading at about $13. So it's not like a huge 10X move, but you know, at the end of the day, can you make a money? Yes, the answer is yes, rather than your money sitting in the bank doing nothing. Globe said it's launching 5G roaming services in North America, Europe. This is a Ayala-led telco. This was announced since March 26, 2021, which is today. They said that the Middle Eastern, the OFWs, all of them will actually get a 5G service, and the launch of 5G roaming service in UAE and Thailand are going to continue, as well as across Asia, Middle East, North America, and Europe. So the company's EBITDA, Globe, has already gotten about 73 billion pesos. It's down 3% from 76 billion pesos last year. They are, of course, expanding their home broadband segment. And this is the first telecom company in the Philippines that will have 5G in 1,200 areas in the country. So Globe is now spending 70 billion pesos, basically the entire 73 billion pesos, we're going to spend it higher than the revised capex guidance of 50 billion. So this company has all the moolah, the cash, to actually maintain their growth for their plans in broadband connection, in ensuring that the Philippines is digital first natives. And that is something that I am happy about, and I continue to be bullish in the next 10 years for PLDT and Globe. It's not a 10-day thing. It's a 10-year thing. Now, it might not double or triple, of course, but at the end of the day, can I make 10% every single year? Yes. The answer is yes, maybe even 20%. Okay, so Globe is optimistic after significant market success. People are now more oriented to technology and making enterprises resilient and future-ready, said by Yondu, President and CEO Joan Peña, Florida. So far, their non-telecom products, about 1.3 billion pesos, up 100% because of electronic commerce payments or EasyPay and Yondu. Yondu is delivering solutions even as healthcare as well. They're doing a Health Me, which is a mobile application allowing companies to track their health, and Vessel, which is an e-commerce builder that gives businesses owners ability to create their own online stores. So far, the Yondu's products are seeing significant market success. So I don't know what Vessel does, but it sounds like a Shopify. Shopify is listed abroad, so I might as well own Shopify, which is also an awesome TEDx company. We believe that there is a plethora of opportunities in this innovation where we integrate the Internet of Things. Recently reported a 13% decrease in net income due to the coronavirus pandemic. The broadband business has increased very well to about 26 billion pesos, a jump of 23% from 21 billion pesos, while the mobile revenue declined 7% from 110 to 103 billion pesos. Company is very optimistic about their regaining momentum as the economy continues to recover. All right, so close that. All right. There's a ton of Philippine companies to actually look at, but that would be one of the easiest no-brainers, right? If you think about no-brainers, the Philippine economy needs internet as a soul, and it's like a heart and soul of every country in the world. Okay, let's take a look at your trade stats for the day. Top traded names in the Philippine markets, you've got Dito Telecom surging. No, not surging. 0.5% up, 10.42. So basically, you saw this company Dito go from 1 peso to 20 peso, fell down to 10 pesos. The thing about this is that it's a lot of valuation baked in. You don't have revenues. I mean, not as much revenues. You don't have a lot of money. That's why you keep on raising capex. Basically, the difference between a PLDT and a Dito Telecom is that Dito Telecom needs to raise money. Whereas PLDT and Globe, they've got the capex guidance, they've got the EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and assets, because they already have the members. They already have the subscribers. Whereas somebody needs to grow their subscription base. Your BSC is 91 cents. You saw that climb up yesterday. Now it's unchanged, flat. So, you know, there's some people who believe in it, some people who are skeptical about it. It is what it is. Now, let's take a look at some names that went up. FES, 76 million. Philly Estates, I don't know, some movement today. Nothing much. Nothing much to explain, yeah. So ASEAN is $7 just there. I don't know, top gainers. Let's see. Top gainers in the Philippine market. FES, 7%, 44 cents to 48 cents. Okay, what else? Mega World, 355 to 356. Some people picking it up. What else? Avoid this power, just steady, $24. So there's nothing much. Where's losers? All right. Where's losers? Which companies fell a lot? ABA fell 121 to 113. FA fell 223 to 211. What else fell? GG Summit from 62 to 59.7. Some people took profits on their GG Summit. I would even argue some people might even take profits on URC at 134 if they bought it at 122, 10% up within a week. Okay, so yeah, so I guess that's it for the Philippine market. Let's read some questions or comments. Hi, are the financials a no-go for now? Properties are bullish short-term. Actually, financials, in my view, are good cash flow machines because of the low interest rate environment. It is a great company. So I'd say that Metrobank, BDO, BPI, all of these banks, East West, PNB, take advantage of them if they ever fall 10 to 20%. Nikki, your thoughts on Primex and Davin? Davin, you see the buyers at about 250. I think right now it's 298 or $3. So it's still a choppy environment for your Davin. Primex had a bullish move, but I don't know if really there's news involved. But I think after a 90% slide on the stock price, I'm not sure if there are people who are just buying it either as a speculative trade for themselves or whether there's news. So charts-wise, looks like these two have a bullish move, but I'm not sure whether they would really continue further. What is your take on GMA7? They've got a cash dividend at a price of $7.48. Some people would actually take advantage of that cash dividend. The problem is maybe can it be sustained? So so it's kind of like what happened with your Samirara, right? Samirara gave a 1 peso 25 cash dividend, something like 10% more than if you bought below 10, right? But I think it's about the sustainability. After the cash dividends, what else? Because if you're going to buy it for the cash dividends and the stock price would also fall 1 peso afterwards, you have to be very quick. So I think about these things as one-time gains that might not be recurring, unlike your PLDT and Globe or Meralco that just does it every year. Dividend history is supreme. How about green, Miss Nikki? Green has gone from about 1 peso to 4 peso. I know nothing about it. I think I don't know how much is it right now. Green has been doing a lot of disclosures, right? 1 to 4. Material information. Okay, let's read the material information transactions from Greenergy as well as their what are they doing? Okay, close. You are let's see. What's the question? Greenergy, no? Okay, so yeah, let's read about it. Greenergy Holdings has gone something like from about 1 to 4 plus, right? Ayun, 1 to 4. So in the last year, it rallied from as low as 65 cents to as high as 4.8, 4.9, and then fell back down to 3.55. So the question is, after hitting 5, is it going to go $2, 2 peso, or is it going to go 6, 8, 7, whatever? All right, so let's take a look at that. 50% down or 50% up? Company disclosures, material information. Okay, Greenergy says here that they signed a MOA with ALAE, which is an affiliate of Abacor for the development and operations of a logistics center and food terminal in a 3-hectare property in Batangas. So what you're seeing is that ABA is the supplier of the Batangas property, whereas Greenergy is the logistics center. The MOA was discussed on March 24. Under the MOA, ALAE will amend its articles of incorporation, increasing their stocks, capital stock to about 1.5 billion pesos to engage in logistics, food terminal complex, leasing, changing the corporate company. So it's a restructuring play. Company will have a dry storage facility, cold storage, agri-processing, other facilities that are necessary for marketing and procurement activities. So I think in general, the market is bullish of what's happening in ABA and Greenergy. But as to whether it's priced in or not, Well, you already saw it up more than 100%. It's even more than 300%. So some people might actually be already profit taking from them. Hi, will you recommend to enter AEV? It's not some priority for me. Aboitiz Equity Ventures is always a stable name. Aboitiz Equity Ventures is the large conglomerate who owns Aboitiz Power and Union Bank. There will be some people who like it, but I think that I'll prefer, as usual, if I'm gonna get a conglomerate in the Philippines, I won't second guess. I'll just get Ayala Corp below 700 pesos. Hi Nickel, hi Nikki, is there any upside remaining on Nickel Asia? It's stuck at 5 pesos. Well, that's what you get after a 1 peso move to 5 pesos or 6 pesos. It might stay there. So I don't think that there is a short-term gain on having Nickel Asia in the short term. But of course, people would actually just trade the ranges, whatever Nickel Asia will give. If it falls near 6 pesos, if it rises near 6 pesos, you've got a seller. If it falls near 4 pesos at the very moment, there might be some buyer. So I think it's stuck in a small range, 4 to 6. That's it. Thank you very much. See you again, and see you on our Philippine market. See you on our Philippine Free Friday class. Actually, it's not a Philippine market update. We're gonna have a global market Free Friday class later on. See you there, and see you on my global market update as well. Today is March 26th. Bye bye.